the riot last for?
A couple days.
It was a while.
They called in the National
They had
Guard.
to call in the National
Really?
Guard and the Army. My friends were kids then, and they would say that you see tanks rolling down the street, just
Wow.
like you were at war.
Whoa! Are we out as far as 8 Mile here?
No.
I hope you're good, everybody. I am in Detroit, Michigan, USA. I'm here for a few days with some friends. Old, wonderful friends. Smitherman from the Swirl Tour and Louis is going to be arriving in a couple of days. Detroit has been through some stuff, and I'll explain more later, but for now we're just going to have a little look around. Entree. Nice place, Jeff.
So the person who lived, the lady lived here, she moved here in 1953. So like this whole wall was gone.
So was the house just smashed like the other ones we've seen? Like,
yeah, and she was living in it.
oh wow. What a yard. What a hut.
What would you get a place like this for? What did you get it for?
$5,000.
$5,000 freaking dollars.
Yeah.
How long ago?
2 years ago.
We probably spent too much money on it to save it.
Jeff, how much did you buy this one for?
30
$30,000. When?
last year.
Okay, and what do you reckon it's worth now? Have you put money into it?
Probably another 60.
So maybe $100,000 max.
Yeah.
And what is it worth? That or a bit more?
We could probably sell it for 100.
But it's more that.
120.
But the rental income in total, selling room by room, would be what?
2,000.
2,000.
$575 a room.
You're getting 2% of the whole property every single month.
Yes.
So that over a year is what, like 25% of the
That's
property.
right.
So the property is paid off in 4 years.
Yes.
Sheesh. If you guys haven't seen the boat life video I made a couple of weeks ago with the guy who bought his houseboat for £20,000 and then he's got this plan to 3 years pay it off. The crazy thing is, this is only, I mean, you have to be in Detroit, but, and not on the canals of the English countryside, but only for one more year, you're basically able to pay off this, what is it, a 4-bedroom house? This is like a freaky alternate universe. They are making 6 times more rental than I would make in the UK compared to the value of the house. But the thing that excites me is in our global village, maybe this would be a good place to buy a community house for people to come and live or stay if they didn't have anywhere else to go. That's my house right there. That's all I want is the garage. That's all I did in Leatherhead, just buy the place and then live in the hut in the garden. So we are theoretically 23 minutes from the Detroit International Airport, and I flew in directly from Heathrow. Rob flew in from where? Auckland? Yeah. Auckland. So it's a pretty decent airport. Right, so now we're gonna view a house that's on the market right now and see what's really going on price-wise and standard-wise. The church that Aretha Franklin grew up in. Wow, we really are in Detroit.
That's the sound, isn't it?
So right next to a big burnout, it literally, for me, that literally symbolises the American dream falling apart, because it looks so quaint at the same time as looking so derelict. Do you know what I mean?
You can tell what it used to be.
Yeah, exactly. And then we're looking at this one.
This better not be more than 30.
Wow. Okay.
45.
45.
45 too much. You get the bird out house too?
Pretty wild back here. It's a nice hut, needs a bit of work. $45,000. It's interesting looking at this street compared to the one that we were looking at these guys' houses on, because that one's burnt out, that one's burnt out, that one's boarded up, that one's burnt out, that one's done in. It's like half the street. It doesn't have the sense that it's mainly lived in with a bit of disrepair. You'd have to buy the whole street. You would need to buy like 5 houses at once for it to feel like you started a project together as a whole street and unless you've got a whole pile of friends that want to come and live in Detroit. So hopefully we'll see one more in a slightly better spot. That's the most serious porches I've ever seen in my life.
3 bedroom up, 3 bedroom down.
Voila. This one is
45.
Welcome.
Thank you. Keeps going.
When you walk into these places, like automatically you need new windows.
The land of opportunity. Whoa, this is sketchy. Oh yeah.
See what I mean?
That's a killer loft.
And never be in either of the other apartments.
Mate, these things are in disrepair. The roof is.
There's something unique about this.
Yeah.
What it is.
Yeah.
I'm just looking. I'm just sort of wondering.
Yeah, I think it feels like it's big enough that in itself it can be community. There's enough space to have one family there. Like this is more hostel, like 3 or 4 beds in here, and people can come visit. You just found it.
What does it feel? But this feels something unique about this. Yeah.
I'll take that poker chip. Get it sealed by professionally and everything, and then have fun with the community side of it.
Mike Moore.
Yeah, exactly.
Just do a working bee on it like we did on Kit's Garden that time.
It's quite a nice one. Dude. Wow, this is nice. 60. Oh, it's so cool. I like it. But it's very much a one family kind of, whereas that other house has that sense you can have a whole community in there.
Just the same as I used to know. Always playing games.
So these guys are telling me that a guy came along and convinced the city to give him this whole school for $1 a year for 50 years, and he's turned it into a business incubator. And now we're looking at this place right here on the corner. It feels pretty good to me. Don't judge a house by its boarded up wooden door.
That's right.
Don't kill the chicken. We're not staying for lunch.
Walking down that road.
That's cool.
It's in my blood and bones.
So I absolutely love this one, but it's 100.
And it's just like an old friend coming up, yeah, I know that. Dropped up in the driveway, locked up cause it's stolen. Not looking
Heating
for
system.
problems.
It's like a warren down here. It's like a bar. It's like a prohibition bar. All the way around here. And then this is where I'd live, in here. Double garage, looking pretty good. It's pretty roomy, mate. There's a 1-bedroom studio. I'd definitely make that a little cubby hole. To be honest, it would probably be the first project. If I did it as like a community project, I would buy the whole thing and then make that habitable. Have your tiny little spot, and then you don't have to rush that.
And it's just like an old friend coming up, yeah, I know that. Dropped up in the driveway,
Thanks for
locked up
showing
cause it's
us
stolen.
around. I'll see you on Sunday. This is Jeff and Mike's, and when they bought this, they got a couple of little plots where there used to be houses, chucked in for like, what, $100 or something? Was it $100 then?
60 for everything.
60 for everything.
Pseudo plan is to put 7 parking spots, and then the back half would be more like fire pit, green space, put fruit trees or whatever,
Yeah,
and then
plant some trees.
and then have this back. This could be where you live.
Oh, what are you doing with this?
It's just sitting empty.
This is my guy.
I wanted to renovate it, but it's going to cost too much money to get the plumbing out here.
Oh, let me start with this. This is where we should start. This little guy. Can we get in there?
Yeah.
Let's get in there. This and this bit of grass.
Wait.
Hey, now we're talking.
Oh, you're just the same as I used to know.
Look at this place.
Got upstairs.
What?
Come and go,
You're kidding me?
just like before.
Little bunkhouse up there. Would you be allowed to make this habitable?
Yeah, sure. Look, it's got double doors back there. You can make
You can do anything you want to this because it's not in the.
Really? I love it in here. This is what I'm talking about, where there's no barrier. It is manifest, you know? That's great. It's a spot, man. Okay, guys, I think we've finally landed on something that's doable. It's on the same street as the Aretha Franklin Church. There's something in here. Look, Smitherman loves it. He's settling in. Some trees down the back row here. Rob, what are you thinking? What are you seeing?
Yeah, it's a good spot.
Yeah?
Great spot.
What would you put in here if you were going to put some little things for fun?
Oh my, definitely a fire pit.
I'm getting excited now because it's just so doable. I love seeing all the other buildings. I love seeing all the potential, but you got to start somewhere. And Detroit is not a big part of my life right now. But this is here in their control, and they're not doing anything with it. And it would only add more value to the local area if there was some extra spots. So let's see if we can't just turn this into a little Corco hut that people can come stay in, have a little fire pit, have the growing boxes, plant some trees, some fruit trees. What are you growing in your garden, Rob? Say it again.
Macadamias, olives, tamarillos, lemons, lemonades, bananas, figs.
Man, I mean,
Goers, apples, plum.
we probably couldn't do all of that, but if we could do half of that or 3 or 4 of those in here, then you could have a real spot. West Philadelphia Street.
Oh, you're just the same as I used to know. Always playing games in the strangest ways. You come and go, just like before, I know.
And that's quite a cool way to do a fence.
Yep.
Never seen that before. Look, they're doing a pretty good job here.
Please, guys, pathway cut through there.
Jeff, do you mind if I just get out?
Of course you do. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good, mate. Looks like someone's just starting some growing there. About 6-7 years ago was the last time I was here in Detroit, and I'm pretty sure it was that building that we went up. Louis has some videos on it, which I'll put the link in here, but it was very cool. And there's a very good quote, which I can't quote very well. A land thrives where men plant trees that they'll never see the fruit of. And I think that's a good sign. Wherever you see new trees going on, not just plants, but trees, that's a place that people are investing in for the long term. This place has come such a long way since when we were here 7 years ago. It was desolate, ghost town, and now it feels like a thriving, kind of still precarious, but a whole bunch of stuff going on.
Should have known, you reminded me of home. Walking down that road, it's in my blood and bone.
I think this is one of the reasons why community is so important, because you can have loads of opportunity, you have the privilege to come over here and see what properties are available and things like that. But if you don't have a place to begin, then I can't tap in and be a part of this story. Whereas their little garden, their little patch is our little crack, our little crevice, our little way in where we can start building stuff together. So might be making another video later this week talking about how we get on with that, but at least you're getting the full picture today. Very, very exciting.
And it's just like an old friend coming up, yeah, I know that. Dropped up in the driveway, locked up cause it's stolen. Not looking for problems, one looking.
That kind of sums up the digital and analog. Right guys, that is it. That is an intro to Detroit, to the properties, to the stuff that's been done up, stuff that's to be sold, a bit of some of the creativity. But then I guess most importantly, hopefully next week we'll just do a little tidy up on their garden, start getting our Corco corner up and running. But I'll keep you posted. Take care of yourselves, look after each other. I'll see you soon.
One looking, I'm all in.
Standard.
And it's just like an old friend